G'day, ZiggyD here with some Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls news for you guys. I've got two fun pieces of news. First one on the potential removal of the trial system from the game, and second on a major Bloodshard exploit that ran rampant for a short period of time, resulting in a bunch of people being banned. So first up, in the recent episode of the West March Workshop, Wyatt Cheng was interviewed, and in the discussions came up the topic of Greater Rift trials. On the topic, Wyatt Cheng had this to say: "Trials will be getting removed from the game. I can't tell you when. I can tell you that we already don't have trials in our internal builds." He then goes on to explain that there have been some problems that have arisen out of their removal and they are currently working on fixing them. So my analysis of this particular interview and his statements and the way he went about discussing it is that we're probably looking at the removal of trials in the next upcoming major patch. We may see a band-aid replacement before then, like maybe removing trials and putting in some other system until they can figure out a better system, but chances are we're looking at the next major patch for their removal and their replacement with a hopefully better alternative. Curious to know what you guys think about this. I think overall perceptions are that Greater Rift trials were pretty bad. I haven't played too much over the past couple months, and having only done like a couple hundred Greater Rift trials, I'm already sick of them. I can't imagine what you guys who have done thousands of them by now are feeling like. It must be pretty painful. So the second piece of news for today is on a major Bloodshard exploit. So here's what happened. Bloodshard goblins that were added in the recent patch had a bit of a bug with them, where if you encountered them and then opened up a high-level Greater Rift, so you had someone in your party go and open up a high-level Greater Rift, before killing the Bloodshard goblin, the Bloodshards that the goblin would drop would be scaled by the Greater Rift scaling. Now this doesn't sound that crazy, and when I first heard about it, I thought, oh right, so it gives you like a couple hundred extra blood shards. Well, it was actually way more significant than that, because instead of giving you like 200 or so blood shards like they usually give you, you were instead getting 4,000 to 6,000 blood shards depending on the level of Greater Rift that you opened. Yeah. So we've seen screenshots of profiles posting over 400,000 blood shards gathered in this season so far due to this exploit, which is way outside of the realm of what normal players have been getting, which is something like the highest most players could have legitimately farmed in this time is somewhere around the 100 to 200,000 range. So absolutely ridiculous. A lot of these players that were able to do this exploit with the sheer amount of Bloodshards and with the power of Bloodshard gambling through Kadala were able to equip themselves in almost perfect ancient legendaries of all of their set items and everything they could possibly need, and allowing them to dominate the ladders. Obviously this is a very serious concern, because this sort of thing takes away from the whole point of having seasons in the first place. This whole idea of competition is removed when you have players able to take advantage of exploits like this. In past seasons, there have been a number of exploits, and it's been a real shame that Blizzard hasn't taken a stronger stance on them. We've seen a lot of people not get banned for taking advantage of these various exploits, and in a lot of people's minds, the previous seasons had been a bit of a joke because the competition was removed by such exploiting. Well guys, the good news is that Blizzard have come out and said that this is definitely an exploit. They have hotfixed the exploit, and they have started banning accounts that exploited it heavily. So far, a streamer named Menacookie who streamed the exploit has been banned. Obviously, he was the first easy target since he actually streamed it, and we're expecting that a lot of players that didn't stream the exploit or didn't make it super obvious that they were doing it will soon be banned as well, based on their Bloodshard accounts and based on Blizzard's tracking of, what they were actually doing as well. So it looks like anyone who kind of like accidentally stumbled across this and maybe killed a goblin once or twice probably won't be getting banned, and that probably won't have a big impact on the season anyway. Like, that's not really going to change the competition too much if you did this once or twice. It's obviously not a great thing, and that's just kind of like, it's a bug that happened with Blizzard. These sorts of things can happen. But when you're talking about people that have farmed up, hundreds of thousands of blood shards in several hours, we're talking pretty serious business, and it looks like most of those people should be getting banned, hopefully. Really happy to see Blizzard taking a really strong stance on this. As I said, it's really important. If this game is going to have competitive seasons, and the main focus of these seasons is the competition, since there's not really that much added into the seasons outside of the competition, then Blizzard do need to take a really strong stance on this. So I'm really happy to see that. Anyway, I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of this exploit, and also the removal of the Greater Rift trials? Let me know in the comments below. That is it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.